confidence, or was it already pretty high as an offensive line anyway?
I mean, that helps our confidence a lot because, like I said, we are offensive line. We're trying to build something this year, not really piggyback off what happened in the years past. We're really trying to build something special this year with Team 117. So, I mean, it helps give us a lot of momentum going into these next week. But we know we're going to have to be able to rush the ball efficiently.
When you have Bobby Petrino, the offense is going to get an awful lot of talk. But what do you think of their defense? What stands out when you look at them on tape?
I mean, I feel like they're a pretty aggressive defense, man. Those guys like to fly around over there. So we're going to have to match that intensity and just go out there and play the offense the way we know how.
How much does it help that Justin Worley has a game with you guys now under his belt? I know he played before, but now as a group managing the offense, how much can that help?
I mean, we got a lot of reps with him in camp, but it's always good to get some real in-game reps out there with the bullets flying. And I feel like Justin Worley handled himself great on last Saturday, and we look forward to more Saturdays to come with him.
Is there any one thing as a group you guys want to improve on?
I mean, we just as a group and even as a whole offense, we just want to improve on our finish on a lot of plays. We want to be finished. We want to be known for our finish, and that's something that we work on in practice and we emphasize this weekend. It's going on into the season.
Coach Jones seems to be pretty impressed with Western's linebacker, Andrew Jackson. Talked about him out there today.
I mean, he's a great player. He's a talented guy, man. It's somebody you really have to game plan for when we're going into a game like this.
You know, being from Nashville, not that far from Western, are you surprised that they're, as good a football team as they are?
Not really surprised seeing that they got Coach Petrino and some of the guys they got on their roster. So, I mean, it's not really surprised.
You guys have Florida and Oregon and all that whole road coming up. Do you feel like Western has you guys full attention?
Yeah, right now, man, we got to take this one week at a time. You can't look past any opponent, especially not an opponent that got guys like West Kentucky have.
You guys have all kind of seemed to say the same thing about, knowing that this team was good even before they beat Kentucky. Did you expect them to win that game, and did that even?
I mean, I really didn't know too much about, I really didn't have an opinion, really, but from the watching film study in the summer, I kind of had a feeling that they was going to be pretty good with some of the guys they had on their defense.
James, when you watched that Kentucky game, did you see how Kentucky was able to move the ball on the ground and see what you guys could do well as well in the running game?
Yeah, man, you watch for a lot of stuff when you're watching film, so I did see some good things on film for our offensive line.
How big of a confidence booster was that just after the first game to put up so many rushing yards?
I mean, it's a great confidence booster because I know it's probably the first time we had 300 yards since I've been here, so it's just something really good and it's something that the offensive line can really build on and gives you motivation to keep working to get better each week.
How do you guard against getting a little satisfied with that performance?
I mean, it's just going out to practice every day with the same workers mentality is really what helps you from getting satisfied because you can't be complacent in this league in the game that we play. You can't get complacent at any time. You just have to go out there with a blue-collar mentality every day.
You've had some games in the past where you blow somebody out and the next week you come out and lose. What do you have to do to keep that from happening again?
I feel like we just have to focus on the process, practicing every day in the week, and just focus on our preparation and invest into this preparation before Saturday.
Do you know how many snaps you played Saturday night?
I'm not, probably like 40 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact number.
Were you and some of the other starters disappointed at all to not get to play the whole game? Is that?
I mean, we really weren't disappointed. We were kind of surprised that we sat out the second half, but we weren't really disappointed, I guess.
Looking at Western Kentucky, what sticks out about them on film and about the way they defend, to run?
I feel like they aggressive, man. They play their gaps. They play fast. And they like to go out there and they want to be the hammer, not the nail. So I feel like you just have to go out there with intensity and work on it and just focus on your finishes at offensive line. We just got to focus on our finish.
How much tougher, how much a step up will this game be this weekend, do you think, for you guys?
I feel like it'll be a pretty decent step up, man. This is a pretty good defense that we're going against this week. So we really have to come out there and bring our A game.
James, how much do you want to get this win just for the fact that you got to go on the road now for a couple of games? That this is an opportunity for you to go 2-0. How much do you think about that?
I mean, you think about it a lot because you want to go out and win every game, and especially just the next game. This is what we're preparing on. This is what all of us are focused on right now, and this is what we're investing our time in right now. So everybody wants to get this win very bad.
Assuming it's hot Saturday afternoon and it's going to be kind of taxing on you guys, how much do you feel like your preseason conditioning is going to help?
I feel like this is what the preseason conditioning is for. When you have games like this, when you know it's going to be hot and you know you're going to have to get a lot of snaps, that's why we all focusing on conditioning at the end of practice as well. It's just something that you have to, it's coming in, and that's why you put in all that time in the summer.
How much confidence does it give you knowing that you put in that work and you probably will be the better conditioner?
I mean, it gives us a good amount of confidence, but you just always got to be ready for anything and be ready to push yourself.
Are there
there's a lot of talk about they have a dynamic offense and stuff. It's going to be more important than even usual to establish the run, kind of keep their offense on the sidelines as much as
I feel like it's always important to establish a run with the offensive line, so that's something we focus on every week, and that's something we're going to continue to focus on, especially with this defense, and especially coming off last week. We really want to get our yards on the ground.
What did Coach Mahoney have to say? No penalties by anybody on the team and none by the offensive line. It looked like y'all had gotten a few flags early on in fall camp, but to go out and have a clean game, what did Coach Mahoney have to say?
I mean, he was proud. That shows that people were focused and people were ready to go, so that's something always good when you don't have many penalties, because that's always a goal as offense.
Is there something you can do on the practice field this week to work on finishing those blocks different than what you've done in the past, or is it something you have to focus on?
Just focus on the last, everybody focusing on the last 3 seconds of a play, man, and just making sure you're giving your all the last 3 seconds and not letting up.